Right, Maxwell, you got moved up the line. Hi.
No worries, we are here. Maxwell is here.
Hi.
Of course, our cat is just outside the door, so we'll see how long he stays here in a snuggle posture.
Oh, I love him. So
I'll show
so
you around.
Maxwell is a medium mixed breed. We often have to say mixed breed because honestly, we are just never sure. Um, 39 pounds, 2 years old. Does that sound about right, Kelly?
Yes. So we actually just weighed him on Friday of last week, and that's where the 39 pounds came from. We have been saying, two in air quotes. He still has some great youthful puppy energy. With medium and large dogs, their adolescence can kind of stretch out for a couple years, but
Yes.
I would say he's probably more a year and a half than a true two. He's just so excited and exuberant when we haven't just fed him and taken him on a walk. The rest of the time, he's actually very energetic. And this is our City Dogs alumni, Abby,
Oh,
who is
hi.
8. And so she's been teaching him a life of leisure, but they do play, they run, they tussle, they frolic. So yeah, you can definitely tell, adult, almost senior, and still quite a bit of puppy, even though
Right.
they're pretty much the same size.
Kelly, can you tell us what makes Maxwell especially attractive to potential adopters?
He is just the biggest love bug I think I've ever met in my life. He has never met a stranger, human, canine, feline, or otherwise.
Okay.
Um, he wants to be. We also have a City Kiddies alum, Parmesan Tom, who's an 11-year-old cat, who
Yes.
thinks he's a small dog. So they are still figuring each other out, but they sniff gently, they play, they get along. It's just more, again, like we think Maxwell's still a little bit of a puppy. So he's just
Right.
learning the signals, he's learning the boundaries, with both
But
Abby and the cat.
but
Um,
o overall, you feel like he's cat friendly.
Absolutely. He
That's
he wants
fantastic.
he wants to be friends, and that's the big thing. There's not an ounce of predation in his behavior. With the cat,
Oh,
it's
good.
it's it's sheer exuberance of who are you? What are we doing? Where are we going? Where's the adventure? Let's be friends. But
Got
then you
it.
can tell when he is tired out, he just turns into a blanket. He's just, an absolute love. Um, you know,
What does it take to tire him out? What is his exercise, requirements? If somebody was looking to adopt, what would
Amazingly
they
not
commit to?
not not as much as you would think. We do think that he'll be a great like hiking buddy, more because of his exuberance and his personality and how like gung ho he is to go and do things together, and less about necessarily his energy level. So
Mhm.
we have a fenced in yard. They run around and play, at least once or twice a day where he can really get her going.
Mhm.
The rest of the time they're just sniffing, trotting around the yard, talking to neighbors through the fence, meeting other dogs. And then we take him on two like decent but really not terribly long, 20-30 minute walks around the neighborhood. We're just trying to mostly stick to the same route so that he's learning leash manners. But we've taken him to farmers markets, to like coffee shops. Took him to a
Mhm.
little dog park slash beer garden yesterday. And afterwards, even though it's not necessarily much activity, it's a lot of mental stimulation, and he just curls up and naps right after.
Right.
So this is, now he's had a couple good plays with Abby today, but we took him for a walk, just our normal walk, and fed him, and that's all been in the last 90 minutes, 2 hours, and now he's curled up and ready to take a nap.
Oh, he just looks like a sweet angel.
He absolutely is. So props to Cyril's foster. I think they've probably all already locked off. But his that foster's description of Cyril reminds me a lot of Maxwell right now, and the dog I think he's going to grow into.
Oh,
It's
good.
just just, just wanting to chill, just wanting to have someone to hang out with. He definitely loves having another dog around. I think the cat is just a bonus. And we both, my partner and I both have sort of a variable schedule. So, one of us has been here since we've had him for 2 weeks. But he just wants to hang out and be with the team.
Okay. Yeah, has he had any time to be alone? Have you seen how he does like that?
He hasn't been completely alone because we do have, other pets. Um,
Right. Oh, yeah.
it's so we've had him for 2 full weeks as of Saturday. And every time it gets better.
Oh,
So
good. So he's learning to be without people.
he's learning to be without people. It's still a work in progress.
That's okay. Me
But we're
too.
doing short spurts just so that he gets the hang of it. But like the first day, so we're in my home office. He literally walked across all all of the dressers and everything. And then I left the two of them together the other day to pop out and grab something for lunch. So 20 minutes.
Hmm.
And it was fine, just perfectly
Okay.
fine. They were still in the room. Everyone was intact. They were a little cross with me
Good.
for not including them.
Of
Um,
course.
but I was almost immediately forgiven.
I, I love that.
But
Sometimes our
yeah,
most, these real lover dogs, all of them actually, when they've gone through the shelter experience, it can be very jarring and they get in a home and they finally feel safe and secure again. And it's very scary to lose that. So I can understand
yeah,
him having a hard time.
yeah,
Um,
and
mhm,
he has, I will freely admit he has chewed on a few things, but it's more just him learning, again, just him learning boundaries
mhm,
of this is my thing,
yep,
not yours. That
yep,
is your thing, not mine. We've got
yep.
lots of Nylabone chew toys. This lobster has been very well regarded. This is not sponsored, just an endorsement. Um,
All right.
all
Well,
these chew
thank
toys. But yeah,
so he
he's self-soothing a lot more. And I'm not having to redirect him as much, and it's literally improving every day. He's learned commands. He just did the most impeccable wait and stay just a few minutes
oh,
ago. And I'm just constantly impressed by him.
fantastic. Well, our last question, we like to ask something a little bit fun to learn more about these dogs. What celebrity would you say that your foster dog is most like?
So you caught us in the midst of a Brooklyn Nine-Nine rewatch.
Okay.
And you cannot tell it right now because he is, a little tuckered out. But this dog is Andy Samberg. He is
Oh my
absolutely Andy
gosh.
Samberg. He is almost an adult, but not quite there. But I think over the course of, the several seasons, you'll see him mature and really become,
Mhm.
he is this guy. It's in there, but he's still
Okay.
goofy. He's still goofy, still fun, still charming. I think this is the type of dog that will always be a little bit of a puppy. In
Fantastic.
just the lovable, just best way.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kelly, for sharing Maxwell with us, and thank you so much for fostering him. If you
Absolutely.
would
It's
like to,
our pleasure.
if you would like to learn more about Maxwell, if you're looking, I mean, if this is your guy, we have so many wonderful dogs. Um, you can go to our website, citydogsrescuedc.org, or if you want to go directly to find Maxwell, you can go to cdck.cc/adopt Maxwell.